This is the Sony PlayStation Vita, Sony's last handheld console. And as of now, we can play these Vita games on our Android smartphones. In this video, I'm going to show you how. My name's Ash, you're watching C4E Tech. Let's get started. Now, before we proceed, a quick request. If you're on Telegram, use the link in the description to join the C4E Tech channel so that you can keep track of all my new uploads. So guys, the first thing you do is head on over to the links in the description section, click on link 1, and that will take you to this page. So over here, this is the official page where you can download Vita3K for Android. So just scroll down. With the latest release, you will find an APK file. So just tap on that, and once given the prompt, hit download. Okay, so once it's downloaded, it says 1 here because I've already done this. So just tap on open. So over here, if this is the first time you're installing APK files, you might get an option where you need to go into settings and allow APK installs from your browser. It's just standard operating procedure on Android. Anyways, now just hit install. And once done, tap open. So now we are in Vita3K. We are not done yet. So just select the language. Let me actually bring it in a little closer. So now there are two things to download and install. So you tap on download firmware. It will take you to the page from where you need to download it. So this is official PlayStation page, so it's all safe. Just tap on download update. And this basically does nothing, because if you read, you need to tap and hold and then select download link or save as or whatever your browser says. So I'm using Firefox, so it's download link, and I just need to hit download. I've already downloaded it, so I'm not going to do that again. Now the next one, as you can see, is download font package. So this time tap it, and you don't need to do anything. This would automatically give a download prompt. So just hit download. I've already downloaded this too, so I'm just not going to do that right now. And once you've downloaded both these files, tap install firmware file. And now you just select, let me go into downloads, select the files that were downloaded. So over here, the PSP2 update and PSV update, these are the files. So let me select, there's no order here, you can just select any one that you want first, and then whatever you've installed will turn into a V. So now again hit install firmware file in downloads. So this time select the other one, and done. So now once both files are installed, if by mistake you install the same file twice, you can notice it here, it will not become a V. So now that it says that, we can tap next and leave all these as default. And now we are in the emulator. So this is the welcome page. Now you can turn it off for next time, but before we do that, there's an important link here, the commercial compatibility list. So tap on it and it would take you to the official Vita3K website. So over here you can see which all games are playable. Like I've messed up this voiceover 3 times. The first time I did it, it was at 443. The next time it was around 445 games, and now it's 458. So day after day, the number of playable games keeps increasing. So it's always good to just check out if your favorite game is on the list. So anyways, let's go back. And now I don't want to see this again, so I'm just gonna uncheck that and hit close. So now you're gonna be asked to create a user. You can just enter the name you want, change the avatar if needed. I'm just gonna leave it as default. And there you go. So this is the emulator. This is the front end that you're gonna be seeing. Now the first thing we do is go into configuration, settings, and most of these things we're just gonna leave it as is. We're not gonna make a lot of changes. Core, CPU. Now GPU, we might make a change, which I will talk about in a bit. That is going to be with respect to custom drivers. Actually, let me talk about it right now. So you can add custom drivers. As of today, this is a Red Magic 8 Pro. So this is a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 phone. There's no custom driver for it as of yet. But for older phones, especially 888 and older, you do have custom turnip drivers, which tend to perform better than the default drivers that your phone comes with. So there will be another link in the description, link to. Now clicking on that link will take you to this page. So here you can just scroll down to turnip drivers, and depending on which, next page actually. So this is the latest turnip driver. So this is for it says GPU 6XX series. So you can just select, download these drivers and see which one works better for you. The performance does vary. So once you've downloaded the custom drivers, again, I don't have a custom driver for this, but let me just show you. You can just tap on add custom driver and then select one of those, and that would get added. So now if needed, you could choose the custom driver from this drop down. And once you've chosen it, you need to hit save and exit Vita3K and enter back because it needs a reboot to apply. Now the other settings here are internal resolution upscaling. 540p is the Vita's native resolution. We can go up, but then depends on how powerful your phone is, which game we are talking about. So typically just leave all these as default as the base 1x. And if the game is running smoothly, you're able to hit 60 FPS or 30 FPS, whatever you want, then you can come back into the settings and kind of tinker around and see if you can get more out of your phone. So how do you see what FPS you're hitting? Well, go into emulator, and over here there's this performance overlay. You can check it. Minimum will show you just the FPS and it varies. You can add more details if you want. Now the GUI is basically pretty self-explanatory. Over here I just like to change the delay for backgrounds because the background constantly switching drives me nuts. Anyways, now hit save and close. Okay, let me now show you how to install a game. So go into file, install.zip.vpk. Now how do you get these games? That's beyond the scope of this video, but let's assume that you've gotten the games. So here select the file, and now this is where I have my zip file, so just select it. And this would take anywhere between a few seconds to a minute depending on the size of the game. So this is Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Let's wait for it to finish installing. So there you go, it's done. So once it's done, it appears over here. If it doesn't, then you can hit refresh and it would show up. So this basically shows you the compatibility. The green here indicates that this game is compatible. It runs well. It is supposed to run well on this emulator. Now guys, if you have a telescopic controller like this, or any controller for that matter, it works with Vita3K. You don't really have to extensively set up anything. So let me just connect this in and show you before we get into the game. Of course, you can play it with the on-screen keys if you wanna. But once you connect this, go into controls and controller, and it would show one controller connected. So now at this point, you need to actually exit Vita once and turn it back on if the controller doesn't get detected. But let's go ahead, turn it on. And also anytime you want to jump out, you can just come back this way. So going into controls, overlay. So over here, the gamepad overlay, you can turn it on or off. So if you want to use on-screen touch controls, you can leave it on. If you don't want it, if you have an external controller connected, you can go ahead uncheck that. Oops, tap the wrong place. Okay, close. And anytime you've come out, you can just go back into the game by tapping here and hitting continue, just like with the regular Vita. So here we have the FPS meter. So pressing start, yes. As you can see, the keys are already configured. I really suck at this game, so apologies for whatever I'm gonna be doing here. So as you can see, the FPS dips a little bit during the loading screens and stuff, but once the game starts running, it's typically fine. So as you can see, it runs pretty decently. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it does run quite nicely. There are a bunch of games that are playable. And I guess that's pretty much it for this quick little tutorial. It's been a while since I've done tutorials, so if I was a little rusty, apologies. And if there's any feedback you guys have for me, let me know in the comments below. Like I said, all the links, everything you need to download will be in the description. I mean, not the games, obviously, you're gonna have to figure that one out yourself. And I guess that's it. Thumbs up, thumbs down based on whatever you felt about this video. Subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that bell icon if you haven't yet. Thanks for your time, thanks for watching. Until next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4E Tech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.